I would like to ask Betsy to come up and lead us in the flag salute. If you would, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good job.
This time, somebody's gonna take our picture. I'm gonna get down like this, and you may have to help me get up. Okay. She's gonna go 1, 2, 3.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. Smile. 1, 2.
Thank you for coming. I appreciate it. And thank you for the new name. It helped me out a lot. Thank you.
Yep.
Okay. Any additions or deletions to the agenda?
Yeah, the SAC has been moved, the presentations for them has been moved to the next school board meeting to the 24th.
Okay, so we'll eliminate those. What about, we'll just play DECA by ear?
I believe so, I haven't heard anything.
Okay, well, we'll play that by ear. Any public comment?
No.
That's even better. Okay, so we'll go to presentations. So you guys can be first.
Hi, I'm ASB Treasurer Emma Alcazar.
I'm the ASB Assistant Activities Coordinator, Zayden Bialbo. So we're just gonna be sharing the things that have been going on recently. At the end of the week, or at the end of the month, we have Black History Week. And then we have the Wrestling Boys and Girls Districts this weekend. The boys are in Toppenish and the girls are hosting here in Grandview. And then we have basketball districts today and tomorrow. And then we have 5 students that qualified for state for FBLA and 33 for HOSA.
We also had 15 DECA state qualifiers. Cheer placed 3rd place at state. Unified state at the end of February, and spring sports start March 2nd. That's about it.
Awesome.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. You'll get rowdy.
Yeah.
Represent well.
Well,
Okay, so no DECA.
that's here.
Oh, DECA's here.
Just in time.
Right on time.
Okay.
You're up.
Oh. Yeah, it's because everybody had a topic that we're supposed to talk about, but we can do ours as.
No, not a problem.
Okay,
We'll come back to it.
Yeah, we win.
thank you.
Yeah. You want to go to the consent agenda and then we can just come back to that. Okay, anything on the consent agenda? Any questions, comments? Anything?
Make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
I second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So that carries. We'll just move on to new business. So resolution delegation of authority to WIAA.
That's just a housekeeping thing, right? We do it every year.
Mhm.
I make a motion to approve.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Okay, the scholarship.
Looking at this, it says we give away the earnings or $10,000, whichever's greater. I see the earnings was $15,812.43. I would like, and it's the balance is still greater than it was when it was originally put in there. I would like to bump what we give scholarships to add another full one to $16,250. That's my suggestion.
So are you making a motion to do that?
I will make a motion for that for this year for the Darrell Smith Scholarship that we raise the amount to $16,250.
I second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Brad, do we need to, should we? The way the verbiage, and I'm not trying to be picky on this, but the way the verbiage reads, it says you will give $10,000 or the earnings. I don't really see where it says you can give different amount than those two.
You're correct. We could modify number one at the pleasure of the board. Modify number one and say, or an amount designated by the board.
Yes,
So your motion then would.
yes. Because I think technically, I just thought about that, the way it's written, we're not following the way it's written.
Is that something that we have to do as a policy change? To where we have to
I think we
have two
vote
readings?
We would have to vote on that, would we not? Make a motion to change the policy to add that?
Yeah, to change this, the direction that's on this document, yes,
Can we
Can we-
do that right now?
you can do that right now.
I make a motion that we add the line or whatever the board decides.
To the policy.
Are you okay? if
You have a better write-up?
You can write it however you'd like it.
I put down or an amount designated by the board.
That's my
That's
motion.
exactly what he said.
Do I have a second?
I second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Hi.
All opposed? Motion carries. Okay, good.
And then if you could take the two motions and flip them,
Yes. Have
Okay.
one
On
in
your
front of
mo-
the other one.
is that okay? Whatever, I'm just trying to clarify here.
Mhm.
Okay.
I'll get the verbiage to you.
Okay, the Wilson Highway property lease.
I make a motion to approve.
A second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Okay, how about the student school calendar?
I make a motion to approve the student calendar.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Nothing to this. I think,
Let's get the fire alarm out of the
Yeah.
way.
all right. Anybody have questions on the fire alarm one?
Mm-mm. Mackenzie, how many are you still missing?
3,
Okay.
4.
Jimmy, you'll be with family too.
I don't know why any of them late. I'm sorry, we were late because we were coming from wrestling practice and we were making sure that we're not
All
getting
right,
skin disease,
I'm trying
so.
to figure out how much longer we need to stall. So that's-
Sorry.
that's fine. You're fine. We
We're
just want to make sure.
4 still.
Okay, we'll give it a little bit longer.
Thank you.
Okay, motion on this one?
Make a motion to approve the Smith School fire alarm.
I second
All in favor?
it.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, might as well go to the superintendent's update.
Alrighty, good evening, board. So, you may not be aware that today is February 10th and we have a levy closing in about an hour and 53 minutes, not that anybody's counting down. So we're just grateful for all the information that's been shared and the community support and getting the information out. As I've told many people, whether you're voting yes or voting no, we want you to have the same information so you can be, get informed about what you're voting for. We had a coffee with the soup last week. In the morning, it was, we had Bob Fay there. Bob's a good regular. He kind of showed up, which was nice because we're used to having Keith there every Monday morning. So it was a little bit somber, but Bob was there to help kind of keep that tradition alive. And then Tuesday evening, Chuck showed up and I said, I don't think we're gonna have anybody show up. And 35 people later,
Whoa.
we had a packed house. We had several of our students show up, advocating for the performing arts and such, and asking questions and clarifying some information that was out there. So it was a really good night. We had I think we had conversations go up until the 2 hours, the whole 2 hours, basically. Yeah, it was really good. It was really good. So I will be attending the Superintendent National Conference on Education in Nashville this week. So I'll be there Thursday, Friday, and half a Saturday. So we'll spend Valentine's Day in a fridge in Nashville. As our ASB staff, our ASB students shared tonight, the girls are playing, and then they're playing Prosser, and then tomorrow the boys play. We received a summer school grant from the Balmer Company, and Jose and Lucy doing quite a bit of work on this, and we'll be able to get more information out there as far as what the total amount is going to be that we're going to receive. But it'll cover, actually part of the requirement for it is it'll cover a little bit more than what our expenses typically were, how we used to run it. However, they're requiring us to have more students and for longer periods of the day. So it's going to be an 8-hour day. So basically it's before school, after school, and a school program. They have some field trips involved and some other requirements out about with it. And so we think it's going to be really good for us. And some of the funding is tied to the percentage of students attending. And so we have to have at least 70% student participation to receive the full amount. And if we have less, then we receive less. But with the way that Jose and his team are drawing it up, it'll sound like a really fun summer school program. So I think we're gonna have good attendance there. And then, and I think I shared this last time, we received a safety grant to replace all the clocks in the intercom system in McClure. Currently, they don't have one that's functioning, which is kind of critical. And so Lupe wrote a grant, and we were one of 18 districts out of 60 in the state to receive the grant. Now it's $330,000, I believe. Is that right, Brad?
300.
$300,000, and it'll basically pay for specifically designed for that program. So good job, Lupe. Successful grant writing. And then Brad, would you mind giving the board an update? This wasn't on my original one, but there's been some changes to House Bill 2116 that are fairly ironic given what we're trying to pass today. So Brad, we talk about.
Oh, yes. So we have a high level summary of House Bill 2116. 2116 is changing the levy and the LEA. The ceiling on the levy for the districts can afford it. They want to raise it to $3 per thousand. And then they also want to raise the dollar amount per student that they can raise. So the districts can afford it. They're going to raise that number to 3,838. And for the districts over 40,000 students, Seattle would be $4,500 that they can raise per student for the levy. How the impact is going to back the school district here at Grandview is that they want to raise the minimum from the $1.50 we've talked about, the $1.50 we have to have, to $2. The original bill was going to change it in 2030. They came back with a modification last week on Thursday and modified it to start in 2028 to require a minimum of $2 per thousand to maximize your LEA. They were going to increase the amount of money that they would match. However, they raised that to the $2, and we've had a discussion about that over time. And so the piece of paper I've handed you is one straight out of their committee, and it shows what the current law is. You can see it, which is $1.50 per thousand. They want to go to the $2 per thousand starting in 2028. And then they're going to help out. You can see what they're doing for the maximum levy for those districts can afford it to go all the way to $3. So the impact of the district is, yes, in 2027, we'll see additional, if the levy passes, we'll see this additional LEA coming through, and then we're going to lose it all in 2028. Whatever that gain was, the numbers I've run, the gain will completely disappear. We'll still have some LEA, but that gain will be gone with this new law. I don't know. It's sitting currently in committee. The committee had their meeting, so it's not to the floor yet. It has to get out of there by next week. On Tuesday, I believe it is, they have to get to the floor and move past the floor for it to continue to be a bill that's alive.
And we're actively trying to kill this bill.
Just real quick, so that's, and here we're running, and they're doing this at the last minute.
Legislatures.
He's trying to bleed more out of you and just take more and more and more.
So I have Brad do all the bad news. I'm going
Thanks, Rob.
And as we shared, the boys basketball is their first tournament game tomorrow. Girls wrestling at Grandview on the 13th. Boys wrestling at Upnish. There's no school on Monday. If you forgot for Saturday Valentine's Day, make sure you get something. And then a board meeting on the 24th. The board meeting on the 9th. That's my superintendent.
All right, we're gonna bounce back to DECA.
We're all here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
They're getting in order.
You're in their first note.
Do you want to sit next to Camila? Yeah, you know. We weren't sure if Leah would make it. We got Leah here though. She's here to answer your question.
Okay. Hi, my name is Angelique from Grandview DECA. I'm the president this year, and this is our officer team.
My name is Jacob Benitez, and I'm one of the vice presidents for DECA.
My name is Jalen Hymas, and I'm one of the vice presidents for DECA.
Hello, my name is Felix Fajardo, and I'm one of the vice presidents of DECA.
Hi, my name is Shamil Lopez, and I'm also one of the vice presidents of DECA.
And my name is Camila Uribe, and I'm another vice president for DECA.
And my name is Leah Zulanes, and I'm a vice president of DECA.
So it takes 6 people to replace you?
There's a line.
But I'm always there, so. Today we'd like to talk to you about a couple things. I'm gonna start off with CTE month. CTE month is very important for DECA and a lot of the clubs at our high school. CTE month is Technical Education Month, which we have been trying to highlight things that our school does and how CTE month is very important, such as we not us, but the school hosted a CTE showcase, yeah, where members of the district were there and we were able to show off our SBs, like our stores, and just talk about what DECA is a little bit. The importance of us advocating for CTE month for DECA is because when we do all of these little challenges that international DECA has, we get to have allocations to go to internationals and state, which we're taking a couple students on an allocation for principles of marketing to state, which gives them all the opportunities that they would have missed out on if they didn't for not qualifying an area. But we like to give these opportunities to students by letting them go on an allocation and going to these sessions where they can better their skills, communication, such as networking, even leadership skills.
Okay, I'm going to be talking about the Olympia trip that we like to go to almost every year. So it's a trip to Capitol Hill in Olympia, and we like to go with Joan Saunders. She's made that trip a good amount of times, and she has us going. So we go to the Capitol Hill. They give us a tour of the building. They try to show us how legislation is made, like the bill that they're proposing them. They like to educate us on how that happens. They like to give us information on different positions at Capitol Hill. For example, some of runners. So they're just assistants that when they're in session, they like to help assist the legislators to whatever they need to be assisted. They also
We also have listening sessions of we can watch the session from on top as they're passing a bill or proposing a new law that they would like in Washington State. Another thing that we have gone through is just like a career technical education and why it's important. They just had a quick little session for all of the clubs and all the students that went that day. We also got to sit with our district representative that year when we went. Don't remember his name, but it wasn't Gloria Mendoza yet. And it's a very cool experience. The runners, you get to see that it's middle schoolers too, not just high schoolers. It's an opportunity for everyone. And I think you get a recognition and a slightly a little scholarship for doing it. It's a really cool thing to learn if you're interested in laws.
I'll be talking about SEDC, which is our State Career Development Conference. This year, 15 students have qualified for this conference from area level. So basically you compete, and if you place, then you go to the state level and you'll compete there depending on if you're doing a role play or a presentation, or you can go on school-based enterprise, which is our school stores. So you'll go and you'll compete, and there are opportunities to develop your skills professionally. And there are recreational things that we do to just get to know each other as a chapter as well as just in our area.
Hello, I'm here to talk to you about ICDC, also known as International Career Development Conference. And ICDC is one of the most prestigious events that any high schooler can go to in regards of DECA. It's so prestigious that only around 6 to 8 students every year are able to go to ICDC. And this year it is held in Atlanta, Georgia. And one of the main ways that Grandview High School goes to ICDC is our SBs, also known as our school-based enterprises. We have 3. We have Grayson's Brews, Grayson's Decadeli, and Grayson's Apparel. Me personally, I've worked in 2 of the 3 shops and managed 2 of the 3 shops, which are Grayson's Brews and Grayson's Decadeli. And I think it has helped me a lot in regards of customer service, my confidence, and mainly talking skills.
I'll be talking about our finances and how we are funding all these traveling travels. So to fund our traveling and competitions and other excursions like that, we host fundraisers. And this year for girls wrestling districts, we'll be selling concessions as well as clothing at a stand. And it'll be specifically catered, the clothing will be specifically catered to the one specific event so that people can come and get clothing pretty much whenever they want at the event. We'll also be opening our apparel store, which will be available to everybody to purchase clothing of our Greyhounds designs in specific colors and sizes. And aside from our own profit for our traveling, we're also hosting a fundraiser for a foundation known as Alex's Lemonade Stand. Um, we'll have a lemonade stand and for all the lemonade that we sell, all the proceeds will be going to the foundation, and the foundation donates all of those said proceeds to children's cancer research and possible curement. And yeah, that's pretty much what we're going to be doing this year.
Alright, I'm here to talk about Pro Sports Day. Pro Sports Day is an event that DECA hosts at the T-Mobile Park. We usually go and watch the Mariners. It's a really good opportunity for all our students who have an interest in the sports field. It's more so for operations and marketing, but we think it's a really good opportunity because we get to network with a lot of other chapters we usually wouldn't be able to. And we get to meet a lot of cool new people.
Any questions about any of the things that you were, I'll answer.
I have one more thing to say. We do need mock judges for role plays on the 23rd, which is a Monday at 6 p.m. If any of you guys are interested in helping out. I know Dr. Darling has come and helped previous years and November.
In December.
In December. It's a really cool thing. You get to see what we really do, how we compete and get ready for our competitions. It's just something that we're going to do to get ready for state, give these students a real opportunity as to what it's like to be judged by another person, not just your peers, because it's obviously different. You want to make jokes and you don't take it serious until an adult is in front of you, then you get scared. But if you guys would like to help, we really need some judges on the 23rd of this month.
So to do that, we just let Ms. Charbet know.
Yep.
So what's next? What are your timelines for these different conferences?
ICDC is in April.
This date has not come across your desk yet, but it is supposed to, so heads up on that.
So is
with the
it
process.
state first and then ICDC?
Yeah.
Yes.
And so you have to win at state to go to ICDC.
There are the allocations and then there's also SBE, so if you do place at state, then you're kind of guaranteed to go to ICDC.
Okay.
And then allocations are from what?
From
Right. So there's like challenges that the DECA orgs places on DECA members. So there's stuff like reaching 20 what do you call it? Oh yeah, 20 professionals that were in DECA. So you just get you write a paragraph about that. You write about a paragraph about outreaching in your community, outreaching in your school, and then the amount of what do you call it, challenges you complete, you get allocations to go to state to take more students who didn't make it from ICDC or SCDC to ICDC.
Internationals, you get allocations for them. ICDC, it's a little different because you have to complete these challenges pretty fast. And they're very picky on how many they award you. And not only that, the student has to apply to do an academy over there. But SB is for the most part guaranteed to go to internationals. They do have to compete the same way that an average competitive member would have to do. They do have to do a presentation, submit a 20-pager, which our students write. Felix has done that. You want to talk about how you?
Yeah, so my first year, we've had to fully certify, that was a 50-pager. But
That was last year.
that was last year. But this year was a lot easier. It was a 25-pager on 3 different standards. And yeah, for Grayson's Decadeli, I'm doing it for Grayson's Decadeli this year.
And then Xavier and Pedro, who's not here, wrote the paper for our coffee shop. And William and Jamil wrote the paper for our apparel store. Thank you. And we'll find out about that at the end of this month. So,
So is it truly international?
Yeah,
Yeah.
people from all over the world come. There's people from China, Canada,
Mexico,
Puerto Rico. But yeah,
most of the people that come from the other countries, it's been explained to me that they have an American naval base or a military base, and most of those students are from those because they all speak English. I mean, some students that attend speak 2 languages, but for the most part, the competition's all in English.
and then we get to do like this cool tradition where you get to trade pins with all over the world.
Yeah.
This is the Washington pin. This is one that I got from the army stand that they had over there, and then they had a Raising Cane's one, and then this is from SB because I did SB last year with our former president Emily.
Awesome. Should have brought mine too then.
Shocking. What?
Any questions? Anything? Awesome, thank you.
Good, thank you. Good job, guys.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, we'll show up and judge again. We'll be very stern and harsh.
Yeah. We'll have all 3 school-based enterprise presentations. Then Angelique and Jacob qualified for state on their IMC presentation.
Is that the one I saw?
Yes, and then William qualified for state on his school, his IMC. And then we have other role plays that are ready, but we have 5 presentations plus our role plays.
And Williams, was that on the powder puff? Yeah, good. Good job.
Oh.
So I get to take credit for all of that.
Need you to come back, please.
Well, I give harsh feedback too.
I know, it made a difference. I think it helped them, and it makes such a difference when they, like Angelique said, it makes a difference when they present in front of an adult.
Yeah, especially in a tie.
Yeah, to a Marine.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Awesome, good job.
thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming.
Okay, we'll go to the board assessment. I think Trey's too nice to us.
We kind of rapid fired there. I didn't have much time.
I think you had all kinds of time. Anyway, we had a good one. Okay, we'll go from the board.
Yeah, I did go to the coffee with the soup on Tuesday, like Rob said. The mariachi kids came and they wanted to know why they were going to be the first one to get cut if the levy failed. And on their forms where we had listed the things, they took that to be in order.
Oh,
Not just an information on the listing. And once they found that out, they felt a lot better, but they were concerned they were going to be first. So, but they represented themselves very well. They came in, they had questions they wanted to ask, and I was actually pretty proud of the way they represented themselves. So I had to leave early because the CTE night was that night at the high school. And they did that a little bit different this time around, where we used to have the general meeting and then go in just to the room for the teacher that we're with or the program that we're with. They actually took us as a group through and went to each of the rooms, and the students that were in that room that were going to a state competition would explain what they were doing. Then we went to the next one and went to the next one. The HOSA students took my blood pressure, looked at me and said, I said, for a chubby old guy, it's pretty good blood pressure. And one goes, yeah. So, but it was, I like the way they did that this time. It was really kind of neat to see that. And each of the groups of kids got to talk about their program and what they were doing to everybody. So.
I heard a rumor that Rob Darling did some piano playing a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. Yeah, so we had basically the state solo adjudications at Ike last Saturday or 2 Saturdays ago. So I accompanied Jasmine Williams her singing part, so I played piano for her.
I thought that was very
Nice.
nice.
Makes me practice.
There you go. When is Mariachi State? In Ellensburg,
Yeah, I don't know.
but I don't remember when.
I'll find out.
And then I know, so I went to Unified. I know you did too.
Yeah.
I stayed for the second game because it was actually the Special Olympics going on, and I have a nephew playing in it with the older kids. So I got to watch a couple games. It's one of the neatest things ever. But anyway, I'm thinking of going to East to Wenatchee for that. So I'm still kind of waiting to see if Shelby has her plans that she thinks she's going to have. Then I'm going to jet up there for the weekend. So
When is that?
the end of the month, the first, every day that is, whatever the end of the month is. That's for the first Saturday. I don't know what the calendar
The
is.
24th is Tuesday.
So the 28th, if the 14th is Saturday, the 28th will be a Saturday.
Yeah.
So it must be that time.
Yeah.
So anyway,
And
so we'll see.
Have we already told you about the middle school starting a unified cornhole team?
Oh,
Starting a
that's
unified
pretty
cornhole
cool.
program.
I like it.
So we'll have to bring Joe in and talk more about that when they get up and running.
Yeah.
There's other
Nice.
schools that are compete with them too.
Perfect.
Did you go on your trip to Royal and Othello?
I did. Oh yeah. Sorry, I forgot to tell you about that. So Royal does they do the Ron Clark Academy where the students are chosen to a house when they start the school year. And then regardless of what grade level they're in, they're part of a house system. So it could be 6th graders with freshmen with seniors, all part of this big family. They do competitions in the house. And they do this thing called the Amazing Shake, is where students come in and they present kind of ad lib. Like the station I was in, we were told, how would you explain to somebody how to do a good interview? So we had to have 4th through 8th graders come up, stand up, shake our hands, and then they have a minute to tell us how to do a great interview. So they go around this big circle and they get judged, and based on that judge, they can also go to Atlanta for the national competition. So when these kids came in, 4th graders through 8th graders dressed to the nines, high contact. They said you got to go webby to webby and do a handshake. You look them in the eye. I mean, it was really impressive. And I thought, what would my 5th grader do? My 5th grader do if he was here in this situation? Because I didn't hear any slang, didn't hear any, incomplete sentences or any type of that. It was really, really well done. So yeah, I was trying to figure out how we could have some of our staff go up and see it and implement it here. It's really impressive.
Interesting.
Nice.
Really quickly, somebody else is April 24th at Central Washington University.
Thanks.
And our girls cheer got third
Yeah.
down in Vancouver.
Yeah, yeah.
So I have one thing. We need to do Rob's evaluation in February. So what Rob put together, and him and I went over it, and what I would like out of a couple things from you all is to look this over, provide feedback. If you're good with it, what I would like to do is make it part of the packet at the next meeting. And then we would, and the way this would work is you each would fill one out if everybody agrees with it. You would fill it out and turn it in, and I would tally it onto one and total it. And then if we all agreed, we would all sign it. So you might see a signature page here, but that would not be, we would do it on a single and we would do it at the meeting.
Okay.
What I would like to know is,
You want me to explain a little bit?
oh,
So the dark colored column on the left, there's an RCW that identifies the 8 different component criteria that a superintendent has to be evaluated on. And so WASDA presented a superintendent evaluation protocol that everybody can use if they choose to. Well, Dan and I were talking, and you all, through the board policy governance, evaluate me all throughout the year on a different monthly basis. So what I did is I took our policy governance policies and overlaid them with the RCW, so you can see which RCW criteria aligns with when we do the evaluation over the course of the year. So that's kind of how it lays out. The dark column is the RCW, and the light blue columns are our monitoring reports.
What I would like to know if the board would like to, Heather has taken a leave of absence for 2 months. I think we should include her in this and let her, she wouldn't be at the meeting to vote, but we would send this to her to get her feedback from it. I could explain it to her. She could actually get a hold of Rob if she wanted to get a little more on it. And then have her send her information back and we would add it into the tally. And then we would vote on it. It needs to be done in February is the only reason that I'm saying this, because that's the way our policies read is we do his evaluation in February. So I'd like to know what you guys think of that, of including her in that. And if you guys think we should, then when we send out we won't send the packet to her, but we'll send her this and I'll tell her she needs to get it sent back to me before the meeting.
When does her leave of absence?
It ends the end of the month. It'll be off the first meeting of the next month. She took 4 meetings
We did
off.
it in February. Okay.
Yes,
I'm caught up now. Sorry.
So
I
this is
forgot
the
what month
first
we were in.
February meeting. We'll need to do it at the
I
second
see.
meeting.
Okay. As long as it's not against, because she's in a leave of absence sort of situation, as long as it doesn't go against that in any way, I think it's great.
She won't vote on it, which I think is fine, but she will give us input that we can put with it. That's the only reason I thought we should actually get her input on it. We could take an exception to this, I guess, if you guys wanted to and push this out till the beginning of the next month. It's really kind of up to the board.
No, I think we want to get it done, and I think I agree, send it to her. So, and I like the way this is laid out.
But look it over, make sure you guys read through it, and if you guys have any comments or anything, just email them to me. I'll get with Rob, and if we make a few little changes to it, I'll make sure I send it out to everybody to make sure we agree by the Friday of the meeting before, and then it will come out with the packet. And then if you guys will fill it out and bring it to the meeting, I will have a master copy. I'll take all your guys' stuff, we'll tally it up, and then we'll all vote on it and sign it if that's what the board decides.
Well, if we're gonna put it in the board packet, you probably should have it Wednesday, shouldn't you? Because the board packets go out Friday.
No. She's gonna send this with the board packet. She's not gonna send your guys' stuff. She'll send the blank one out with the board packet for you to fill out.
Like the signature packet.
Oh, so we're not gonna take these and.
No, you can
send
take
them
it
back
right
to you?
now and you're gonna
Okay.
look at it and make sure it's good. And if everybody agrees on it, that it is good, then we'll send one with the board packet. You'll fill it out and bring it to the meeting.
Then you'll total them at the meeting.
Yeah, I'll
Okay.
total them at the meeting.
Okay.
I will not be at the next meeting.
How dare you?
I know, sorry.
So that means you have to be, okay.
Okay.
Not to tell you what to do.
Okay. So, because we'll only be 3 of us and they blew us off.
So I have SAC coming in March.
No.
Oh, gotcha.
So
Gotcha. So
we'll talk about that in a minute,
Okay.
but
Yeah.
SAC can show up. That's
Yeah.
not a big deal. Okay, so but yes, get your comments back because
Yeah,
it'll
I
just
can
be
do
me
that.
totaling them up. So
Okay, perfect. I can do
Yeah,
that for sure.
If there ends up being something in the consent agenda that I can't vote on, are you available?
we'll make
by
sure
telephone?
that there won't be.
Okay, just bringing that up.
That works.
Yeah, we'll just make sure there isn't.
Yeah.
That if,
And what that is,
no,
if Jeremy does work for the district, I can't approve it.
no, that makes sense.
Okay, that's all I had from the board.
Okay.
Anybody else have anything from the board? Okay, so we're gonna move to executive session. Yep, I'm sorry.